Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and interestingly, it is a different video, and I did want to push out the tournament videos, but I wanted to get this out slightly before those because once I do my tournament runs, that'll eat up a lot of my time, and I won't get to push this video out until like Monday or Tuesday, which will, at that point, none of you guys will care in it. So, in terms of the unit, we are pretty much glazing in this video. I'll say glazing, but we're just like hyping up and yeah, making the unit just exceed expectations is Vash. One thing about Vash, and one thing that is interesting, is just this passive right here. Attacks that hit a boss enemy instead grant only 20% damage and do not count towards the 6 attack stun. And this is permanently stacking, so pretty much yeah, you can get some crazy damage number and reach like some crazy DPS if you stack it fully. So you can see both of them stack and they're both crazy. So pretty much we're going to go into a Ginyu stage on my floor 140 for my Omni tower, and we're going to stack this as much as we can. You know, the main issue with this team is that Yen is not really, it's hard to get Yen in this team because Namek has a map here, gives 50 Yen per enemy that you kill, so in terms of Yen it's so poor. I legit have Jack of all and everyone. I have Jack of all on my Toto with a C3 Doctor. I got a Jack of all on my SDEF with a C3 Doctor. A Jack of all on my flipping Eins with a C3 Doctor. A Jack of all on my Nami with a flipping Yurizu, 14%. I even gave a Jack of all to my flipping Alucard. And the main unit who's pretty much the most difficult part of this team and the one who actually negatively affects you in a way, I guess, is Ichigo. Because he costs so much, you know. I have a Jack of all on him and a C3 Doctor. The only reason he's here is for the pool. So he's just frustrating to use because of how much yen he consumes, you know. But I might actually have to start getting a fortune each go. I might have to evolve another one for fortune. Just for the sake of like just using the Vash team in it. It's pretty cool. But pretty much with Vash, yeah, you're gonna utilize Todo. Keep him moving around. Wave 10 boss, you stack up as much damage as you can. Then you let the wave 20 boss spawn in, then you Todo Vash back in and keep constantly stacking. And once you pull him back, that is when you max him out. Or put as much yen into him. But since the dynamic gives like some poor amount of yen, I can't actually max him out. But yeah, what's nice is you're able to get aura off the overlord because 3 passion units. And Esdev's time stop is very nice because as you guys can see, he's gonna be doing 100% more damage within that time, within the 10 seconds. Plus, Alucard's wounded is giving a 35% damage amp, plus he's slowing. It's very nice. This team works pretty well, but it's just so sad that Namek as a map here gives you so little yen. So there's not much I can do in terms of maxing him, but you'll see this run. It's kind of cool and kind of fun, but it takes a lot of time. So yeah, let's just get into the run and I'll push out the tournament video soon. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and yeah, let me know what you guys think about Vash. He's a cool unit, and funnily enough, yeah, I think I'll play the clip. I ended up rolling Monarch and Divinity and Deadeye. So I was originally going for Deadeye, and then I was rolling. I got Divinity, and then I wanted to get Deadeye on the other one, so I got Deadeye on the other one, which is right here somewhere. But I think Divinity is like slightly better, so yeah, kind of wasted my memory shots, but it is what it is. So I'll play those clips now, and yeah, you guys can see that, and then I'll get into the run. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Okay, easy Deadeye, bro. Easy Deadeye. Oh, what the flip? Easy Deadeye. So, yo, what's take the piss? Sun. I roll another one, man. Easy Deadeye. There you go, mate. Okay, as you can see, finally we're in the stage. And yeah, first things first, I'm placing my Alucard, putting Aura of the Overlord onto my irons, and getting the chest. I have to utilize the Nami chest a lot. I have to get Ichigo down very early as well to help out with early game because early game is quite difficult. These guys have like 6 or 4 million on a spawn, so yeah. So I have to utilize each Nami chest as best as I can. Making sure I also utilize the cost reduction from the Aura of the Overlord, the extra 5%, is quite vital. And yeah, I have my SDF placed so that only Vash is in her range. This way I can utilize the affection. And I'm trying to move my Ichigo slowly back to the front. But you can see the first like 20 waves I'm gonna put like very fast as well. But even like the whole gameplay is in 3x speed because I'm sure you guys ain't trying to watch like a 30-minute clip. Because this video run is 30 minutes and that's just nuts in itself. But you can see wave time boss spawns in. So first things first, I make sure Vash stacks a bit of damage from attacking normal mobs. So you can see it increase by 50% each time. And then I switch him to bosses after. And from here, I leave him on upgrade 0 and I stack on the boss as much as possible. So I follow this boss to the end of the track. So I can stack Vash's damage up each time. Because each attack he does is 20% more damage. So I'm following it from the front to the end. So this boss who has 700 million HP, I'm going to be following Vash the whole time. So here I'm getting SDF's time stop off, just so I can stall the boss a bit more. And deal a bit more damage onto him, because as you do know, affection just doubles basically the damage from Vash, which is kind of crazy. And here I'm checking if Ichigo's placed in the correct spot. And yeah, what I'm doing is just making sure I utilize my Todos so I can move SDF and Vash around. So I'm constantly getting a freeze on the boss and also getting my Vash stacks up. You want Vash to be constantly stacking, you know? You don't want him to be missing any attacks. That does happen sometimes with Toto. That's just how Toto is. That's the one issue I have with Toto. But yeah, as you can see, we're just following the boss from the front to the back, man. But here, I upgraded my Vash to upgrade 1. The reason for this is because I wanted to kill off the boss, of course. I don't want to die to the boss. I want to make sure I kill off, like, at the very end of the path. Not too close to the front, but as far as I can to kill him off, so he's stacking as much damage as possible. So yeah, the boss dies off right there, and I total him back to the front. You can see that I played the whole thing with auto skip off. The reason for this is I don't want the next boss spawning in while I'm still fighting with this boss, you know what I mean? So slowly moving Vash back in, I leave him at this point right here. And now I just wait for the mobs to die off and then I total back Vash back in. But you can see his damage is at like, how much? It's hard to see the actual damage, like, because I keep flipping click. It's in 3x speed, so you won't be able to see it. But yeah, 27.x multiplier, which is crazy. That's the overhead. And yes, I have a lot of yen right now, but considering I'm going to be toteling non-stop, and toteling 3 units, the SDF, the Alucard, and the Vash, it just means that I lose a lot of yen. So yeah, you can see, with this boss, it should be very easy. I should have got the time stop off earlier, if I had it. Yeah, I get my Vash to upgrade 2 as well. The reason for this is so we can do as much damage as we can while constantly stacking as well. We don't want to max him very early on because we want to keep stacking and keep stacking. We're only going to max him once we pull the boss. And yeah, from here to the end of the game, it's just focusing the boss as much as possible. So yeah, we're pulling the boss after he gets to the end of the path. So the one tedious thing about this run and these units in general is for Vasha, you have to total him, and since you're very tight on yen, you also have to total your SDEF and your Alucard. You don't be wasting yen constantly upgrading them and placing them all over again. I don't know how that total ended up there, but interesting, mate. So here, also, you have to make sure you sell and replace your irons, because it's cheaper selling and replacing him than actually using total on him. So constantly moving my Alucard, SDEF, and my Vash. One thing I could have done better in this run, I guess, is making sure that after I freeze the first boss in front, I freeze the boss behind. That way both bosses are getting stalled a bit, and it just makes the run overall just like a lot easier. Because the further butter spawns in, the worse it is for your run. You want butter to spawn in like as far to the front as possible, if that makes sense. You don't want to spawn near the back because that just means it stops your stacking because you're forced to pull butter and he basically forces you to stop your stacking. So yeah, once we killed off Gudo, the next boss is Butter, and he is the biggest issue because, as you do know, he has the exact same HP plus his speed is 2.6x, which is very fast. Here I started doing it a bit more. I was actually utilizing the freeze on SDEF to make sure I freeze the front boss and the back boss. And here I save my time stop for Butter to spawn in. This is where it gets slightly difficult. I have to make sure I save my time stop. As soon as Butter spawns in, I time stop the boss. And from there, it's just about following him to the end of the path. One thing to note with Todo, if you are mid-attack animation on your unit and you Todo the unit, the attack gets cancelled out and you have to waste the SBA time to attack again. One unit is very annoying on his Alucard because there are times where the boss does not get stalled at all. Because Alucard in mid-animation, he getting cancelled animation. So the slow effect, like his attack effect is not working. His actual hits are not hitting. You'll see it happen maybe once. Has it happened this time? Maybe. But yeah, one thing I hate about flipping this run is my Esdef was underground and Irons is so far. You can see here, look, you see what I mean? How the boss started sprinting. I just took no risks, made sure to use my Ichigo nuke to pull the boss back with the 3 stocks. You using 3 stocks, you'll transform to Vastal and put everyone back. And I made sure to upgrade my Alucard at the back. And yeah, here, you can see, I'm just holding my Vash back. I made sure to upgrade him. And yeah, sadly, I couldn't get him to max upgrade. Or even the upgrade after. If I could, things would have been so perfect. So yeah, here, I'm wasting a lot of yen trying to total around because yes, I have a lot of range of Vash, but I need to utilize the slow from Alucard, plus the wounded, plus the freeze, and it's just so frustrating. So yeah, this boss dies off here. Once we kill him off, we go all the way back. It's just so frustrating. Okay, once we're back here, we just focus this boss. And you can see what the damage we do is so nuts. The damage we do on this boss is absolutely crazy. The next boss, so he spawned in, I'll put the time on the screen. So you see he spawned in 24:36 on the timer at the very top. And I'll show you the timer he died as well. So you can see the DPS just from Vash alone. And bear in mind, this is him not even maxed out. So if he was maxed out, oh boy, you guys don't understand how crazy his DPS would be. But yeah, so pretty much I will show you his DPS when the boss dies. So I'll show you the time when the boss dies and I'll just do the DPS check on Vash at this point. And bear in mind, he's still stacking as well. So I'll pause it again and I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, the boss roughly died at like 26:26. And that's pretty much 110 seconds. And in that time, he basically did 41 million DPS. And what you have to bear in mind is, he's not maxed out, first of all. Second, I didn't even get to stack properly. So yeah, it's so stupid. Was it 41 million DPS and he's not even a maxed out unit. And now on this boss, I guess I'll calculate the DPS on this boss as well. I don't think I had an SDF types up on this guy as well. I'm not sure, I can't remember. So yeah, I'll pretty much tell you how long it took to kill this boss. And I guess that's the DPS in it. And I'm moving him around. I'm moving all my units around as well. So yeah, I'll throw up on screen right now. So he also killed this boss in 110 seconds. And one thing to know about this is the boss is moving around. So it means that his attacks are getting wasted at points where I am toteling. But that is it for the run. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. And yeah, let me know what you think about Vash. He is a cool unit. But yeah, the stacking goes crazy. So his damage numbers are nuts. And that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.